some of you registered online with the call center, the AARP Foundation. Some of you registered through the college. But however it is that you got here, we appreciate you taking the time to be here. We trust that there's information that we shared today that will be helpful for you. We are very excited and pleased that the Innovation Forum here at Northeast Campus offered so generously to host our event today. We have not done our session on Northeast Campus, so I'm very, very excited for this to be our launching session here at Northeast. Julie Nichols is director of our Innovation Forum, so I'm going to let Julie talk to you a little bit about the Innovation Forum, and then I'm going to get my presentation ready to go.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming. The Innovation Forum is a place on every Tarrant County College campus where you can go, and if you have an idea of something new or something that you want to see the school expand on that we already do, you can come, and we, as your liaison, will help you go through the forum to have it possibly become reality at the school. So that's what you do here in this place. Does anybody have any questions about the forum or how it works? Okay. Well, then good. I guess I did a good enough job at explaining it. Well, thank you for coming again. We're real happy to have Miss Deborah Sykes here to help with the
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. So I'm going to draw your attention to your agenda. The agenda is in your folder, and we follow it pretty strictly. So again, I'm going to improvise today because I usually have my crutch. We have my big screen up here, and you're watching the big screen, and I'm talking behind narrating it. But I'm going to use my props today. I'm going to use all my materials, and so it's going to show how much I really know about what I'm doing because I'm doing it a little differently today. So on the agenda, Back to Work 50 Plus at Tarrant County College. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, what we do here and why. And then the AARP Smart Job Search Strategies. How many of you did register through the 888 number, called AARP, and then got this? Have you received this book? Okay, so several of you have, several didn't. So we do have some copies here, and when I get to that point, I'll have my staff come up and we'll make sure everybody has a copy. If you got one at home, feel free to use one of ours here and then leave it for the next person who didn't get one mailed out. And then if you didn't bring yours, you can certainly make some notes in the folder here to the pages that we highlight. We offer what's called a power seminar after this meeting today. This is our introduction to let you know what kinds of job search supports and other employment and training supports we offer through this program. And then about 2 weeks from now, and I'll have one of my staff give those dates later, about 2 weeks from now, we do a 3-day, what we call Power Up seminar. And we go really deep into reviewing resumes, into talking about career path choices, because we know that everyone that comes with a different background and with a different motivation. And so we will go more in depth about training opportunities at Tarrant County College. Some individuals, even who have had a previous career and have degrees, still may take fresh up courses in technology, in the computer courses, in the office careers, just knowing the current software for things like PowerPoint and Excel and all of the different office suites. And so you can come here to Tarrant County College at a very affordable rate for tuition to take those courses. The other real significant thing about AARP Foundation, the Back to Work program, with them partnering with us here at Tarrant County College, is that they also offer a scholarship that helps support women particularly. So we're in an all-women session today, but we don't exclude men. And there are men that have taken different training programs. We have several welders who have graduated. We have individuals who have taken the office careers technology courses. But there is a need-based scholarship that is also provided as a part of what AARP is offering with this special program. We've been doing it 2 years now at Tarrant County College. And so we really know the benefit. We've had a number of individuals to go through the program. And we get more in depth with all of those different opportunities in our Power Up session. So a little later, one of our staff will talk about that Power Up schedule. And then the local resources, we partner with Workforce Solutions. We partner with Alliance Opportunity Center. How many of you are familiar with the Alliance Corridor? It's new in the last, I say within 5 to 10 years. It's really boomed in the last 5. Alliance Corridor has some 500 companies, many Fortune 500 companies, who have established their headquarters or major operation centers on North 35. So that construction that's going on I-35, north of I-20, I see some heads shaking. Yeah, it's pretty much a mess. But that construction is really going to open up that corridor. It's a part of a national corridor that extends from Canada all the way to Mexico. And goods are being transported and moved across this country on that corridor, and it's coming straight through Dallas-Fort Worth by way of I-35. And so the reason that all of that mega construction is going on is because with all of those companies that are located there, it's a much higher traffic than it used to be. And of course, they built a whole new community up around it, of homes, etc. Well, why is that important to us? Because jobs are there. Jobs are there. Open jobs are sitting there, and often a lot of people we talk to and take up there and get connected with them are saying, I don't want to get through all that traffic. I don't want to, and some people don't. But I will say several things. I'm going to say this, I'm kind of out of my sync, but there is always an alternate to going I-35. My daughter lives up there, and I travel up to that area all the time. And I go the back way. What's the back way? I go up Beach Street. Beach Street goes almost all the way out. Highway is not 26. The Watauga, the highway, yeah, 377 goes out. You can get there other ways. And what I say to candidates who come to this session, I don't know your background, your situation, but at any rate, I say to candidates, regardless of what your situation is as you come to this session and what you're interested in, one of the bottom lines becomes, how bad do you want whatever it is that your goal is? Because where there's a will, there truly is a way. And so because you made it here today, and some of you don't live in this part, how many of you live over in this part of the county, the Northeast first? Okay, so the majority who are here don't. And I know I commute 25 miles each way every day to get to work. Why? Because it was important to me to reestablish my career and to do the things that I needed to do. Myself and all of my staff that work this program, we have all been out of work, transitioned careers, and had to figure out how to get back to work. My passion for this work is that when I went through it in 2013, between 2012 and 2013, I didn't have this program. I didn't have Back to Work 50 Plus. I was out there scrambling, trying to figure it out for myself. I was shell-shocked. Unfortunately, never ageism and age discrimination and all those different, I had a 30-year career, never dawned on me that after all of that was said and done, I chose to take time off because my parents were both ill. My mother subsequently passed away. My father had to be transitioned, and they live in Illinois, and I live in Texas. And so with all of that, a daughter graduated from high school and now third year in college, I had a lot on my plate, along with having had been recently widowed. So I had a lot on my plate, and I had to figure out how to keep my life stabilized and how to get back on track. And when I came to Tarrant County College, it was kind of a survival job that I took. But I came on board doing some part-time work, and that quickly grew. I found out about adjunct teaching. I could use some of my career stuff behind me to teach, and I was doing that, and it just evolved and evolved. And this program, we worked to establish the Plus 50 program, and that's really where my opportunity to transition back into full-time employment came to be. I walked into the office one day, and one of the women said, "Oh my gosh, you're it." And I said, "Really?" Because I was under the radar, really low-key, learning the college. And I said, "Well, what's it?" And she said, "This Plus 50 thing." She was younger. She was my boss. She was younger. And she said, "Because they put it in my lap, and I don't know what to do with it. And I know that you may be interested." And it ended up being the opportunity to establish these resources. yes, I was very interested because it was the journey I had taken without support. And so now I'm really excited to be in a position to be support and to have other resources that can support other individuals who get into that transition place for whatever reason. And sometimes it's just choice. We have many individuals, we've had some 500 plus individuals over the last 2 years to come through the program. Many of them retired and retirement wasn't what they thought it would be. Or they retired and retirement income did not sustain the kind of lifestyle they wanted to sustain. So whatever all the reasons that you're here, again, there is another side to it. There is an upside. There is a positive side. And throughout the program that we do, you have an opportunity to meet and interact and be encouraged by, be supported by individuals who have been on this same journey and have mastered it successfully. So while we're still working on PowerPoint, coaching program, training opportunities, so I've kind of synopsed it. Let me go over what's in your folder and just talk a little bit about that as we get started. So you have a welcome letter that summarizes all of the different kinds of programs and supports. There are many web-based supports. So how many of us spend time on the computer, online, doing the web? Going onto the web, I see some notes. That's fine. When you come into our power-up sessions, we get you on the web. With our power-up sessions, we help you set up a LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is kind of a Facebook. Everybody kind of familiar with Facebook? So LinkedIn is a Facebook opportunity to set your resume, your career goals, put you out there for job search purposes. And it links you to many, many, many more job opportunities than you would be able to facilitate just trying to go to companies. And we do that work with you. So there are also some housing solution supports. All of these supports have been researched and identified by the AARP Foundation. They're all free. Okay, can we say that? They're all free? Free. Because we get a lot of commercials about credit recovery and about, you know, housing assistance and all these different things that we need, but they cost us. But everything that is here is free and it's been researched, so it's valid. So we aren't promoting any services or any programs that you could get hurt by, that in any way could jeopardize you, because they're all been researched and they're all legitimate, is the word I was looking for. And so just wanted to draw your attention to it. There are many things we'll talk about today. You have the highlight of that here on this overview letter. And then there is a document inside that says application for coaching. That document is after this presentation, at the end of this presentation today. If you think that you want to get more involved and get some one-on-one employment search coaching, and that involves everything from setting up the LinkedIn accounts to reviewing your resumes to just looking at what's going on, what do I want to be when I grow up all over again, even at this stage. Because what I was going to say as Julie did her intro, when I think about the innovation forum within our college, I think about dreaming. And I think about the fact that if you can dream it, think it, if you can really imagine that you can be something more, different, better, then you can work toward that. And so that's the opportunity you get when you go into the coaching with us. You get an opportunity to start exploring maybe some things you never even realized existed in the way of what you can get involved in to be gainfully employed. So including training, some of the things that the Tarrant County College offers, and some things that other resources outside of Tarrant County College offer. Why would Tarrant County College get involved in something like this? Because we are not promoting AARP. We are not promoting AARP membership. We are strictly promoting your security, your ability to get back on your feet if that's the situation you're in, or to move forward in life doing something different, just having more resources at your disposal. So no catch, no glitch, no anything of pressure, but the application for coaching is a front and back sheet. It gives us more information about you, what your interests are, what your area, your experience have been in if you have worked, and it lets us know kind of where to start with pairing you up with a coach and then moving you forward with your goals. So at the end of the session, we will just say to everyone, if you are interested in going forward and getting connected with one of the coaches, you would fill this out and leave this with us. And then we will inform you about the Power Up sessions, and we will also then get you connected with a coach. After this session, with the intro, we do not follow up with you and harass you about anything else to do with Back to Work 50 Plus. If you, after leaving, you say, you know, I really didn't sign up for that, but I'm thinking I just want to get more information or want to be connected at a later time. Sometimes people have come back a year later, months later. Some individuals come back to the session. It is totally open and free will. So again, you have the opportunity to submit that right at the end of the session, and our next Power Up session will come up in 2 weeks. And if you choose not to today, then you can always get back in touch with us, because we have a flyer in here that gives you our contact information. I think that's it. There's a survey that is in the folder that, again, at the end of the session, we will ask you to complete that if you would so kindly do so, because that helps us to refine this work. So we don't have our little crutch, so I'm gonna, for those who have your book, you can get your book out, and for the rest of you, I'm gonna have them bring some books in. Gloria, can you bring in books? We're gonna work from this with our PowerPoint cooperating right now, and let everyone have books, and I have a few books also.
Deborah, may I ask one question?
Yes.
What falls under environmental services?
Environmental services are things like the water. You work with what I can think of, garbage companies, waterworks, more municipal work.
Okay.
Then I think of a company was trying to recruit individuals to take blood lab tests for people who are applying for jobs, and drug tests. So handling that kind of product could be environmental related,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Okay, thank you
Yes,
very much.
and if your area doesn't fit, just write it in.
Okay.
Yes, just write it in. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So I do have a PowerPoint. I'm gonna just move it a little bit because before I go into the. So for how many of you is this your first time at any of the campuses of Tarrant County College? Wonderful. Because why Tarrant County College? Well, we agreed to be a part, or actually applied to be a part of this work, because Tarrant County College is located in 5 distinct areas of the county. We're accessible to many, many people in our county. No matter where you live, we're pretty accessible. We're very affordable. The tuition is very affordable. It's like $55, $56 an hour. And for non-credit training, like our Office Careers program, very, very affordable programs. And again, why did we partner with AARP Foundation? Because they also have some scholarship support. And student success is critical to us. And my boss, who no longer is here, got a job as a president at another college, but she used to always say at these sessions, this is your college. Tarrant County College is the people's college. And so why do we do the seminars here at the college? Because we want you to be aware of all of the resources that are available within this institution. Job resources are available within this institution. That was one of the reasons we wanted to promote this program. Tarrant County College runs it's like a municipality, it's like a city. It runs its own transportation, it runs its own building and facilities maintenance and grounds maintenance. And there's so many dimensions. We buy property and we manage property, and there's so many dimensions of work that you've possibly done in your lifetime that have to happen here at Tarrant County College. So there are opportunities, but mainly we do it because, again, we are the people's college. And so we want to make sure that everyone who could benefit from what we have available does benefit, because you are aware of what's available to you. Yes.
This is very important for people to understand that this is where their tax money is going.
Did you hear that? She said, because we have a little over noise, but she was saying that it's very important for us to know that our tax money goes into the college. And it does. The revenue from property taxes that we pay, part of that revenue goes to Tarrant County College. And that's why it's called the People's College, because we pay to having this wonderful institution, and it's an incredible institution with many, many resources. And so, again, that's why we chose to partner with the AARP Foundation. I wanted to highlight this slide, if you can get where you can turn to it, but one of the questions becomes, why 50 plus? And I get that a lot. And why? Because we come with a strong work ethic. We come with a strong people orientation. We are operating in a multi-generational society these days, in a multi-generational workplace, but 50 plus boomers, we have a strong work ethic, we're reliable, we have good judgment, we have strong interpersonal and communication skills. We prefer to have a conversation. Good customer service is still very much needed in every aspect of business. So we promote that. Here we are, we're the ones that could do that. Good customer service, excellent communication. You can depend on us. You're not going to have to worry about, us finding something a little bit more important for the day to be involved in than to show up for work. And so we promote that when we go out to businesses and companies and talk about the work. So I'm going to take you into the 7 SMART strategies. This book, AARP Foundation researched, and they provided to us for free. Again, all of this for free. And it's an exceptional guide. I'm going to direct you to page 9. 7 and 8. Page 7 and 8. And it says, and if your book is a little different, because a couple of these versions are in the vicinity, but I'm looking at the page that says, how do I get started? And then there's a chart, and the chart says, target jobs worksheet. So I want to highlight this to you because one of the things, and it gives you a lot of detail, I'm not going to go through the detail, but again, one of the things we do in the Power Up, it says over here, Back to Work 50 Plus Virtual Career Network, and then it gives you a website. There's a little box, and it says resources to help you identify your skills and find jobs. Do you not find that in the same place? It's a little different? Yeah, that's still the same thing, and so it'll be on the page before. It isn't. Go first. Okay. So some of you have a different book. Well, you still have this chart. Yeah, 2015. So we'll take care of that also. But everyone will have this chart. What everyone won't have are these resources that are here, this box of resources. If you're a 2015 version, you'll have that. But we have that information on the welcome letter also. I'm going to highlight. What I wanted to highlight about that is another significant area that Tarrant County College is very valuable in this. And if this is your book that you have, you can write in it. If it's your book, it should be the right version. You should have everything I'm talking about. If it's one of the books we handed out, it may be the older version. But you can write down career coach. You can write down career coach on the Tarrant County College website. There is a button, I think it's blue, button on the front page of the Tarrant County website, kind of down at the bottom right-hand kind of corner, I think, and it says Career Coach. One of the valuable tools that you have access to through accessing the Tarrant County College website is to click on that button, and you can actually research different jobs in different industries and career fields. It will tell you what the going pay rate is. It will tell you specific to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it will also list jobs that are available in those career areas. In our area, you can drill down and target down to Dallas-Fort Worth or other areas. It's free, and it's a very exceptional resource. And I actually had a couple of my training departments to bring that out to me, that it would actually show you where jobs are available in our area in different career areas. So that's also something you can research at home after our session on your own time. And it's something that we explore with you when you come to our Power Up sessions. So the career coach, blue button on the front page of the TCC website, And then you can use your chart to fill in information. Because one of the things that I like about this resource is it pulls everything together as you're doing your job search kind of in one place. I don't know about you, but I'm fairly organized, but it helps me to have a go-to file book. And I make so many files and so many lists and have so many papers everywhere. So it really helps me to be able to just go right to the same resource that's guiding me and to be able to put that in there. So that's one thing I wanted to point out to you about being able to start doing some planning, targeting work with your job search worksheet. And then there is an activity that we come to, because I don't want to be talking the whole time and have you just listen to me. But I'm going to move us to, well, let me just go over the 7 SMART strategies. So can you all see that pretty much? This list coincides with what's in your book. So the first chapter is targeting local hot jobs, and I just pointed out to you about the career coach and the other resources that are in the book. The second chapter talks about creating your personal marketing tools. That deals with your 30-second commercial, which we're going to do an exercise and create a 30-second commercial. It talks about your resume and the appropriate, kinds of ways to customize your resume. One of my main points of encouragement with our 50-plus candidates about resumes. We don't like to do the work of customizing our resumes. And what does it mean to customize? It means from one job to the next, you don't just send a blanket resume that summarizes what you did your 20 years since. You put language in your resume that connects with the job that you're trying to apply for. You reword your experience in a way that shows that you have experience that's going to align with the job that's on the table that you're pursuing. And often in our sessions, I don't see that face today, but often in the session, I have individuals who will say, oh, I don't want to do all that. I just want to use that one resume. Why do I have to keep changing that? Well, that's where you're hurting yourself if you don't take the time to make sure, especially with your cover letter that you're writing and the introduction of yourself to an employer, that you really have done the research and you understand what that job is and what that company is, and you do the extra work to make sure you use some of that language in your introduction to the company, because that's all they have to work with before they choose to bring you in for an interview. And you don't get to the interview if your first intro doesn't make it across the cut. So we spend time with you in doing that. So again, here in the second chapter, it's going to talk about those things. Conquering the job application. That's number 3. Open up to chapter 3. I want to point something out to you. And again, this has been from our past experience. So chapter 3 in the 2015 book, it's on page 19. In the 2013 book, we had to go back and forth, it's on page 15. Turn, okay. So what I'm going to say, and the reason that I had you open up to this, you can bend that down, just highlight chapter 3. And there's a little box over to the side. It's to the side in the new book, and it's at the top, right at the beginning of the chapter in the old book. It's a little blue box that says what employers want. Does everybody see that? Yeah. I'm going to read that out loud to you. We're going to have a little Dr. Seuss moment. Because this is very, very important. And we have to emphasize it because it comes up a lot when we work with our candidates. Employers want employees who can what?
Follow instructions.
And your application is what?
Your first opportunity.
To what?
Prove that you can do this.
Employers want employees who can follow instructions. As boomers, we have been accustomed to being in charge. We want to do it our way. A lot of our employers and a lot of our hiring managers are much younger than us, And the last thing that they want to entertain is thinking that a prime candidate for a job is going to challenge them at every turn. Hello, boomers. And the first place for you to demonstrate your capacity is in the application. And I'll use Tarrant County College as an example, because Tarrant County College, like most of your major companies that you're going to be applying to these days, requires an online application. So a few of us said that we didn't do online at home. There are, libraries, there are plenty of resources and opportunities where you can go online and get that assistance. Because now it's pretty much mandatory. I don't know too many companies that aren't going to require an online application. I have run across a few that still take a paper application, but not many. But this is where the 50+ candidates get in trouble, because we don't want to do the application. And in the words of Dr. Jackie Washington, who was my previous supervisor, you don't get through if you don't do what we're asking you to do. Your application goes in the trash. It goes in the online can, or it goes in the trash. Because what does it say? The application is your first opportunity. And one of the things that I have I've had some individuals I recommended to apply for jobs. And one of the things that we do very well is to do a line on our application or our introductory letter that says, please refer to my resume. Because we feel we've already made that long list, right, on the resume. And we have. But if a company requires an application, the company expects you're going to complete the application. You're going to answer the questions. And you're going to provide the information that it requires. Well, birth dates come up. We get asked about that a lot. And social security number. If the application requires it, your application will be considered incomplete if you don't give all the information. And usually, I know with Tarrant County College's system, it'll flag up for you and tell you something is not complete. You've seen that. And then but I'll just highlight. Why do I highlight that? Because as boomers, we have the little, angel devil on our shoulder that's saying, you don't have to do all that. Been there, done that. No, we have to do that. You have to comply. If you want your application to get through, then you need to complete it. And you need to complete it fully. Or you're just spinning your wheels. And it says what? It's your first opportunity to demonstrate that you're going to prove that you're going to be a person that's going to follow instructions. Because who wants to argue with people when you hire them? Yes.
Is it necessary to do the application online and also download your resume?
Yes, because generally, like Tarrant County College's website, and I recommend that one for everyone, all candidates to come in, I recommend that you set up an account, an applicant account with the Tarrant County website, because again, we have many jobs. And there may be some opportunities in there. Once you set up an account in your application, you don't have to redo it over and over again. You can attach it to a job. It does allow you, I don't think it requires you, it allows you to download and attach your resume. And then there are some jobs that you will apply for that will want you to include the resume. So that's a part of following the instruction. If your resume is there as extra, you're not penalized for that. That's just something additional that they can go to. But the point I'm making today is that your resume does not stand in place of the application. If an application is required, and your resume is a supplement. And it's just all about following instructions. That's the part that I'm highlighting, because sometimes we need to be reminded. Follow the instructions. And then I want to draw your attention to, I'll just go through them. Get new work experiences and skills, a lot of volunteering. Again, I use the college a lot because I've learned through all of my time that we have a lot to offer. So we have part-time opportunities that are a lot easier to get into than full-time, but you can get in, and you can get new work experiences. And you can get exposure to new technology, because everything in our college system is upgraded. If you take training courses, you're going to be, say in the Office Careers Program, you're going to be exposed to the new skills opportunities. Meet people who know people. That's what this is all about. That's what our Power Up sessions are all about. We connect you with the workforce solutions like the Alliance Opportunity Center, some job clubs in the area, all about meeting people who know people. That's chapter 5 in here. That's one of our SMART strategies. Connecting with organizations that find jobs. Connecting here is part of that. We'll connect you with others. And then chapter 7, I wanted you to turn to. And in the new book is page 43. And in the 2013, it ought to be somewhere close to 40. Page 39. Chapter 7 and the 7th strategy, focus on yourself and stay strong. And so it summarizes some strategies, and I'll just highlight them. Use a job search schedule. You have the chart. Create a budget. Check to see if you qualify for income. So there are a lot of helps here. Across the bottom, Monday through Saturday, it just gives you some tips about how to search for jobs. But I want to draw your attention again to the little blue box that is at the beginning. It's either on the side or it's a little tab going across. And this one says what employers want. Employers want to hire people who have the ability to manage personal feelings and reactions to challenges on the job and in life. Be ready to make your best impression by taking good care of yourself. So why did they word it that way? Well, because being unemployed or underemployed, struggling, transitioning can be a really rough time. And sometimes, oftentimes, it helps to just talk about it. It helps to have a support group to begin to work through it. It helps to have resources, which is what we really anchor this effort on, is connecting you to resources. Whether it's, we have Finances 50 Plus class to help you with the budgeting and identifying, places that really will support us, recovery, credit recovery, and just stretching our savings and all the things we have to juggle and do to try to survive, finding community resources that help even with things like food, the housing, the paying bills, getting bills paid, all those kinds of things to help relieve those stressors so that your mind can clear up to really be about the job search. So the work that we do with you isn't about saying, oh, don't talk about that, don't think about that. It's to try to help support you in getting stronger and stable so that when you go for your interviews, you're not talking about the woe is me side, I'm really struggling and having a hard time. I've been in some group interviews with individuals who kind of at the end of our formal questions for them, they tell the story about the struggle that they're having now. And, it's wiser to demonstrate that you're really competently ready to start that job. So an employer doesn't want to feel like they have to kind of coach you and help you emotionally to kind of get you feeling okay about yourself again before they hire you. When you go into that interview, you want to go in with that confidence. And you want to go in with that, I'm ready to work. And so we are, in our coaching, we provide those supports that help you kind of get over that hump if you need to, or to just reconcile some of your issues about how the working landscape has changed. Technology is everything, and I'm just resistant to that and really don't want to do it. But, oh my gosh, I know I need it, and I'm embarrassed. I need help to get those technology skills, and I need someone. That's what we do. We try to undergird you and address those issues and get you ready so that when you really go forth and get chosen to come for that interview, you're talking about that job. You're not bogged down in the things of life, which are real, but that job interview is just not the right time. And so that's what that box is highlighting. And so the other thing that I just want to emphasize about Tarrant County College, most of our campuses, I think all but the Trinity River campus downtown, have physical fitness, what do they call them? Someone help me.
The
PE, physical,
kinesiology.
yeah, the kinesiology department, all the fancy work. It's where you can go swim, you can go do court activities. Okay, every campus will have a physical fitness facility except downtown. And as this being your college, you can enroll in those classes. And that will be one of those things that will help you kind of just get emotionally and physically charged up and ready. So these are some of the helps. It says stay strong and focus on yourself. We've got to take care of ourselves. Most of us have spent our lives taking care of a whole lot of other people and making the world bright and wonderful for a whole lot of other people. And at this stage in our life, we need to focus that attention on us. So with that, I'm going to move this forward to our 30-second commercial. So we're going to work on the elevator speech, and it's in your book, chapter 2. There's a box that says I am. Let me see where it is in the new one. Yes. So in this book, it's at the bottom of page 11. And in the 2013 book, it is over on page, what page is that, 9? It's on page 9. So these same questions that are on the screen, I am, I want to, I can. I'm going to let Moretta come and let you listen to a different voice and work through this exercise.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am charged with providing information or providing my elevator speech, and it changes every time I do this. So sometimes I have to jot down my notes, so if I can glance, please forgive me. But I am Moretta Collins. I am a back-to-work 50-plus coach. I have been working in nonprofit management for the past 40 years prior to taking this position. So I therefore have worked with thousands of people and individuals in my various nonprofit roles. So I like to think that in addition to my organizational skills, I have a bachelor's degree in organizational skills, that I do know something about people. I want to continue in this role because I think I can be of service and support to you in helping you determine what it is exactly you might want to do, whether it's seeking a scholarship, going back to school to enhance your skill set, or you just need some coaching in terms of some support and direction for finding a job. So that is my position. I can help you. As I said, I have worked with a number of people, thousands of people over the years. I have been working as a back-to-work 50-plus coach for the past 2 years. So I have learned my job very well. I love doing what I do. I think it helps and supports people, and I love working with individuals. Thank you.
So what we're doing is a real simple exercise where we're answering those 3 questions. And it's also a way to share the spotlight. We're not, this is for our training purposes. We don't put anyone on the spot, so if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, but we just answer those 3 questions. I am, that's typically your name. I want to, and that's your goal, your purpose. You don't have to know one, have one. You may still be exploring what I want to be when I grow up. I like to use that because I do it every day. That's why I love the Innovation Forum, because it's an opportunity to keep staying open to new possibilities. And then I can. I can is probably a summation of the kinds of skills or the kinds of strengths you bring to pursuing an opportunity for getting back to work. So I'm going to have Janelle share her back to work, or not back to work, her 30-second commercial. And then we're going to give you about a 10-minute break, let you stretch your legs. The restroom is going to be all the way to the forward end of the building. And think about your answers to the questions. Then we're going to come back and we're going to ask for volunteers. And that's also going to be a way of you introducing yourselves to the group. And again, we don't force the issue. If you choose not to do it, you don't have to do it. But that's what we'll do when we return. So Janelle?
Okay, I'm Janelle Cardenas. I work here at Tarrant County College, and I always want to be exploring new opportunities. I want to see what I'm good at. I've learned in the last few years that there's so many other things that I have to offer than I thought I did before. So I want to always be exploring those opportunities. I want to go out and I want to challenge myself. I want to see what else I can do, what other opportunities I have out there. And I have learned, as a part of that, that I can be good with numbers. I've never done that before. I can go out and teach a class, do something like this. I can stand up in front of people and talk, which I've never done before. And I have all of these new skills that I've developed. as I've grown and matured in my job and in the other experiences I have. And I think I could be a definite good employee for someone. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have one more. Lori?
Good morning and
Good morning.
welcome to Tarrant County College. It's my pleasure and thank you, Deborah, for the
And I want you to
opportunity.
talk about your program as well.
Okay. When I take a look at this, I am whatever I choose to be. I am for whatever I strive to be. And I am a reflection of my inner goals. And so I give you that as a long-term employee here at Tarrant County College. My role here for the last 25 years has been the program director of dental assisting. So I am out of the CIE department, and thank you for the opportunity to share that with you. If you have a passion for people, then this may be a career you might want to consider. We are located, as I said, within the CIE department, and we are also affiliated under the Allied Health umbrella in the dental field. Our program is a 22-week, 720-hour program, and we offer orientations for prospective students the first Tuesday of every month. I do have some brochures out here that I will leave for you if that's something you're interested in. Our orientation sessions are free, and we welcome and encourage you to come if you have an interest to come and see what our program is all about. We would welcome to share that with you. So thank you for coming today, and we know that Tarrant County College has certainly something for you, but we also hope that you will find your passion, whatever that may be. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you. Sunbelt
So
has its
we
green-
are going to prepare for our elevator speech. How many, does anyone have one already that you maybe don't know? The elevator speech is new? Okay, I know at least one person who probably has one. Let them slide. So we're going to form our elevator speeches, and again, it's just answering the questions. And you can actually just stand and read the question and answer it. I have two people that are going to do additional of our team that are going to share theirs as an example and as an introduction to you. But during the break, I had some questions, and they were excellent questions. And before I forget, I want to emphasize a couple of those. I was asked if this was only offered at the Northeast campus. No, it is offered at every campus in Tarrant County College. We have staff who are assigned to different campuses, and then we take the program or come and meet you at whatever campus your training is on, etc. So this is available, training is available, and our supports are available across Tarrant County College, all 5 campuses. And then, so the application for coaching that's in your packet, what you can do to help us is identify the campus that is closest to you. And that will help us to know which coach to connect you with. Also, the training program that you choose, if you choose, again, all of this is volunteer, if you choose to pursue some of the training, all of the training programs are not offered on every campus. For instance, downtown at Trinity River, it focuses on the allied health fields. And so that's where all of our allied health programs, except dental assisting, which is offered here at Northeast, all of our other allied health fields from radiology to ophthalmology, technician, to what are some of the other, physical therapy, medical coding, so all of pharmacy tech, all of those programs are at Trinity River only. Then we have a dietary management program, culinary related program. It's only at Southeast Campus in Arlington. So what that means is, though there's a campus close to you, in terms of training, you would have to go to whatever campus offers the training. The computer technology training, the office careers, it is offered at all campuses except Trinity River downtown, and Northwest campus isn't offering it right now. But the Haltom City Center is close, relatively close to Northwest, along with this campus, of course. And we do offer the computer technology office careers program at Haltom City Center and here. And some other community outreach centers. We'll make you aware of that later. So I say that to say before you go, if you're submitting your coaching application, include the campus, if you know it, that you live closest to. And that will help us to get you connected to resources.
Is there a blank on here?
No, there's not a blank on there. I just wrote across the top of it which campus. So just put it anywhere on this form. We get these, and then that's how we move forward with sorting everybody out. And then there was a suggestion, which I'm going to let Vicki give that piece, because it's a very good suggestion, and it's something that I don't think we have offered with our Back to Work people.
Well, I'm going to start it with my 30-second elevator speech.
Great! Yay!
Okay, I am Vicki McCleary, and I am with Tarrant County College Northeast Campus Career Services on this campus. And I want to let you know that I've worked for TCC for 16 years, 14 in the Career Center. And to let you know that we do have the resources. We have a lab. You were in our office recently. Anytime you are or have been a TCC credit or non-credit student, our services are yours for free. We have resume development, mock interviews. We bring employers on campus that recruit for employment, and then I can tell you that you don't have to see me. You can see anyone in our office, because we do have a resource lab and we always have an attendant in there. One last thing, that we are going to have a district-wide, campus-wide job fair on April 21st at the Trinity River campus on level 2. It's from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And we've invited, right now they're still coming in, but we have about 50 employers. And so you might want to even take that as an opportunity for training, to get used to a job fair, network. That'd be a good time to have a resume ready. Trinity campus, Trinity River campus, April 21st from 2 to 6 p.m. Now, what I remember about resources through senior ed is if you have a skill, whatever you've been in your whole career life, you've developed something, you know something. You know how to knit, you know how to crochet, quilts, paint, write. If you know how to measure a person's house for the correct amount of carpet to purchase, or whatever skill you have, you might want to run it by the Community and Industry Education Office and pick up an assignment as a senior ed teacher. That is a volunteer type capacity, but it's the funnest thing when you know what you're talking about and you're in front of a class and you're teaching the class. It might help your spirits. It might raise you up and feel like, I can do this. And it could be a network opportunity, because somebody in the class might know somebody that needs your skill. And then Deborah mentioned that there is a compensation at the end, but it is a volunteer type opportunity through the senior ed. And it's exciting. They even have a bash at the end of the year in the spring and fall. They have a big old, they have a band, they have everything, dancing, all that. So consider that. All the campuses have a senior ed, so it's not just here. But I'd like to try it after I retire. I'd like to build. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. Thank you. So I'm going to have 2 additional members of our team. I'll let Ms. I'll close out for you. I'll let Janet come, and she runs one of our sister programs. I'll let her come forward. You have to go over to that area, because otherwise we don't capture you.
Hi, I'm Janice Brown, and I'm the program assistant for JRWA, which is an organization, an initiative that helps people get connected to jobs. And I want to be the one-stop shop to provide you with avenues to make your job search easy. I can be a positive and compassionate influence, providing you with current job search skills, tools to return to the workforce, connecting you with resources that will give you a peace of mind while you are going through this transition as well. And the resources are tailored to your particular need. And that's always good too. So that's what I do, and that's what I can do for you. My name is Janice Brown.
And you can sign up for these resources at the end. They also will have sign-in sheets at their tables.
On the sign-in sheets, if you would put which campus is closest to you in the left margin, that would be very appreciative. Thank you.
Ms. Gloria, and Loretta, you can take it away to get them going.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Gloria Santos, and I am glad to be here and help the Back to Work 50 Plus people, candidates, students, and I will. At one time, I was like you guys, sitting out there as a spectator, not able to see what to expect. So I signed up, and I was approved for a scholarship, so I started taking classes in computers. I didn't have any computer background, so I took classes. I got my first certificate for Office Assistant 1, and I am on my second for Office Assistant 2. I need one class to finish. So I am very excited, and I am continuing taking classes here, and I also work for Back to Work 50 Plus, so I can help you directly if you're lost, if you need some information, or just call me and I'll guide you. I am who send the information out for job fairs and workshops. So I need that email address very nice and legible, please. Because I am who enters this information in the computer, and I need to be able to read it. And that phone number, so I can call and confirm it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. Gloria is one of our really great success stories. And we love hearing her tell her story because she is so supportive and so good at what she does. So that's just a prime example of having gone through the Back to Work 50 Plus program. So now, my job is to to encourage you to present your 30-second elevator speech. And someone used a scenario one time. Just think about if you're on an actual elevator with the president of a company and you want the job really, really bad, but you only have 30 seconds to sell yourself by answering those 3 questions. What would you say? Now, who is our first volunteer? Because I know you want to share your experiences with us. Yes. Please.
So I learned a long time ago when I was first started college that make the volunteer first and get it over with. Then you're not stewing around. My name is Jean Grisham, and I am looking for employment within the college area. That's my first preference. I have been fortunate enough to teach here at TCC government classes as an adjunct. And what I'm looking for is something in academic advising, counseling in the, as far as helping people know which direction they need to go to get their degree. I, of course, can teach, and I am ranked higher. I'm pretty good with computers. I wasn't always. Back years ago, I said I won't need to know anything about computers, but that's been proved wrong. I can do ESL, GED classes, citizenship, and I love to do genealogy classes.
Fantastic.
Very good.
And now I can breathe.
Okay, very good. Okay, who's next?
I'll go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sheree Burks. I want to work for a company that will enhance my creativity and productivity and help me learn new skills. I have experience in manufacturing. Has been most of my job career. I've done everything from sales, purchasing. My last job was credit and collections. I've done accounts receivable, accounts payable. I never considered myself to be forte in accounting, but I would today. I went to accounting for my last sales position where I was in sales, and I went to accounts receivable, and many years ago an old employer told me, you know, you're really good at accounts payable and receivable, and I go, well, I really don't really care for it that much. But what I have found is when somebody pushes you in that position or gives you that opportunity and you take the risk, it's good for you. So, but that's what I'd like to achieve, is still something in manufacturing, but still be open to maybe medical billing or something like that. So, but that's where I'm at today. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. Who's next? We're all friends here. Okay.
Well, what I'm gonna do, thank you, Loretta, for time's sake. What I'm going to do is, I do want you to have time, and we started a little late, so we'll be running up on 12, and people do have other commitments, but I want Janelle Cardenas to come in. She runs, manages, coordinates one of our key training programs that we offer, which is the Office Careers Training, which is the computer technology. I'm gonna have her to talk about that program, and then one of their main labs is downstairs here in the library. So she's going to offer the opportunity for a tour of that lab for you to go down and see how it's set up in the operation. So I'm going to let her talk about that, and then we want you to have time to complete your coaching applications and to come out to the tables to see if there's any additional materials there, to sign up with them for Ms. Janice. She does individualized coaching with the resume development and the cover letters and job application completions. So I'm going to have Janelle come up, and then we'll give you a few minutes to do your paperwork. Please give us your surveys if you would. That will help us to advance this opportunity to others. And then we'll give you a chance to move around, and then we will all be available at the end. So I'll move it that way. Oh, yes, and thank you. I'll give them that.
Okay, some of you that I've talked to already have talked about brushing up your skills, needing to add some additional skills to you. The Office Careers Program is one of the ways that we offer that here at Northeast Campus. What we do is you can take courses a couple of different ways. It's all set up in a lab setting, so you're not waiting for 5 different people that want to take Excel with you. You can take Excel in a lab where the person next to you may be taking accounting or keyboarding or QuickBooks, up to 28 different courses. We do the courses as a part of a program certificate, like you could end up with an accounting technician program certificate, a human resources program certificate, a medical secretary program certificate, or you can take just individual classes if you want just Word or just PowerPoint or just Excel. We're not talking about long periods of time though. We're talking about 20-hour classes, and those are actually 20 class hours. So if you can come in and spend 6 hours a week on a class, you can be finished with an Excel or a Word class in 3 weeks. And then moving on to your next thing. The other good thing about this program, it's offered mornings, afternoons, and evenings, both here at Northeast Campus and also at our Haltom City location, so that you can sign up for any of those labs. And you can sign up and be ready to start as early as next week and go ahead and begin your classes. They're about $100 classes, and there is a book required. You are given a syllabus with a list of assignment book and a syllabus with a list of assignments. You're working with the book, but there is an instructor in the lab if you get stuck. But I don't know about you, but I was telling someone else, I learn by doing. I don't learn by a teacher sitting up there and say, okay, click here, click here, click here, and I get home and that afternoon and I think, okay, so what was I supposed to do? So if you go through a book, you process it as you go along, you're more likely to learn that skill. And it also has very practical ways you can use it at home. I never used Excel that much until I started teaching this class. And all of a sudden, my eyes opened. I thought, I could do my checkbook here. I can do all my mortgages. I can do my loan payments. I can do all of these things at home. And if you use the skills, you're going to remember them. So that's exactly the best way to do it. And like Deborah said, it is our lab here at Northeast Campus is in the basement and downstairs here in this building. So if you want to come by and see me, I'd be glad to take you down, introduce you to the instructor, let you know how the program works and that kind of thing. Feel free to come talk to me about it, and I'll tell you more about it. Okay? Anybody have any questions?
Just
Yes.
one addition. The Office Career Program is offered at each
Yes, it
campus
is.
except Trinity and Northwest and Northwest. So South, Southeast. Okay. Yes.
Right. And we're set up just a little bit different some of the places, but definitely South Campus, Moretta can help get you set up there. Northeast Campus or Haltom City, then I would be the one to talk to. Yes.
Are they all like set up as labs, like the ones here?
They are. We do have some instructor-led classes from time to time, but they're spread out throughout the semester. So did you put the list of courses in their bags or in their information this time?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I've got a
There's
list
a
of all the
catalog.
specific catalogs out there on my desk too, so you can come get them from me. The problem is that we have to have, for the college to be able to hold a class, we have to have 5 to 7 people in a class. So that's the reason we came up with this alternative, so that you can do it in a lab setting and you're not waiting. So, any other questions? Okay, well come, yes, you have another one?
You said that the classes were $100, is that like you can do the class or like if you want to take that certification?
Well, each class is about $100, and I've got a book that outlines specifically for you. We do have Texas, what does TPEG stand for?
I don't know. Money.
Anyway, the state of
Financial
Texas
aid.
has given some money to the continuing education across the state, and we do still have, it's called TPEG funding. We do have actual applications for those scholarships still available this year, and you can get up to $300 per quarter, so that can cover about 2 classes. The only thing is it does not cover books.
But the
So I'd be glad to help you
AARP
with
will.
that, and that's one of the things that they talk about at some of these Power Up programs,
Right.
is how to apply for those scholarships. Because scholarships are very important.
Any other questions of Janelle? We do have the Power Up schedule coming. She's going to make copies for us, so it'll be about 2 weeks. We will be offering the next Power Up session. It will probably be at our Haltom City Center, but I thought about it as I was coming in today to check with Julie to actually see about the availability of this space or related space. So we have the dates that will be on the flyer that's on its way, and the location, if you choose to sign up for that through the coaching piece, we will forward, or you can call our office, we will give you the location, but we will have to get that confirmed. So she will pass around a copy of the Power Week seminars. Only one? Oh, I would say you can put a few on each table. She's giving it for you. It's a part of coaching. The Power Up Week is group coaching. what we do is for the first major kind of overviews with you, we have this Power Up Week, so we meet with people in a group. And so there are also people that have come from some of the other information sessions. But it's our way to get you real specific information fast. And so for people who are training, I think that first day we talk about training, we talk about the Finances 50 Plus, which is one of our supplemental programs. If you apply for the AARP scholarship, which is also a part of when you apply for the CIE financial aid, this is a required module that we have to do from the AARP Foundation. You have to participate in one session of this to qualify for the scholarship. So we put it all together, and that's what we do in that first session. So that first session, let me just look over your shoulder. It talks about the training programs. It'll have application for financial aid and scholarships, and we present this program. So what we do is the first half of that session, it says like 1 to 5, but it usually doesn't last but about 2 hours. But we allow that much time because if we have a big group, it could take longer. But the session, we present the training opportunities, we present the financial aid opportunities, and then if you choose to apply and pursue the training, then we present this in an hour. Everybody signs up who's there, and those who don't want to do it leave. So it's a group coaching. It's similar to this meeting, but each day we talk about whatever topic it is that's covered. On the third day, we're in a computer lab, and you actually set up a LinkedIn account. If you don't have one, we ask you to bring your resume on a flash drive, I believe, for that day. And Janice actually walks you through the steps of setting up a LinkedIn account. If you already have one, she walks through the steps of upgrading that account. So for instance, if you don't have photos of yourself to put on that account, if you want a photo on it, we take your photo that day and then put it on a flash drive for you to upload to your online presence. And she talks about why that's important in terms of the LinkedIn, the online presence, and the other kinds of social media tools or the other kinds of online tools that get you exposed to more employers or get you connected to more employers. So that's what we do on that day. It's a hands-on, actual lab workshop where you set yourself up online. And we talk about safeguards with that. So it's very detailed, very informed. We are very aware of people being very reticent because of protections, not wanting to just get out there on the web, but we walk you through it to do it the right way, the safe way, to advance your job search. So we'll give you a few minutes to complete that. If you would leave your coaching application if you wish to, and your survey, and then the ladies are at the tables to answer more specific questions about the programs. Sign up for some of those, and Janelle will also offer a tour downstairs of the computer lab. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us your time, for trusting us to offer you this information. We do trust that if nothing more, the 7 Smart Strategies manual will be helpful to you, but we are available to you, and we'll look forward to working with you more if you so choose. And thank you, Julie, again for hosting us. You were a gracious host. This is a great opportunity, and we're glad to be at Northeast for the first time. You want to say anything?
I hope y'all had a great time. And if ever you're at Northeast campus or another campus and you feel like you have this wonderful idea for TCC